Hey guys, George from SoundTraxx here. Just want to kind of show you some of the new features that we built into the Tsunami 2. And so we're going to be trying to put together a weekly video for you to cover just one of the small highlights of the Tsunami 2. Today we're going to talk about Dynamic Digital Exhaust. We're going to go back to a video that I had shot with our friend Ken Patterson when I had visited his place over the summer. And we're going to show you the way the Dynamic Digital Exhaust works. And we're going to compare it to the way we had it in our original Tsunami. Now, first of all, Dynamic Digital Exhaust is a way that the tone and exhaust sounds work with the motor and how the locomotive is being used. And with the new Tsunami 2, we've refined that process and we've been able to add it into our diesel product line as well as our electric product line. And so let's take a look and see how it works. So we get a lot of questions about what is Dynamic Digital Exhaust. Dynamic Digital Exhaust makes changes to the exhaust tones based on what the locomotive is doing. Therefore, we're going to show an example here and kind of compare how the Tsunami 2 has improved the Dynamic Digital Exhaust. This frees you up to run your train and not play with the throttle to make the adjustments to the tone. So we're going to start here with an original Tsunami, and we're going to start running uphill, and then we're going to crest the grade and we're going to go downhill, and you can kind of hear the experience. To kind of do comparison, this Tsunami is set to a sensitivity of 150, so you're going to see a difference, but it's still going to be chuffing downhill. So let's try it out. So now we have a Tsunami 2 equipped locomotive, and we're going to set our sensitivity also to 150. Now, with the Tsunami 2, there's self-calibration steps that we've talked about in CVs 2.503 and 2.504, so the decoder knows what the motor power needs and will make the DDE compensation and adjustments based on that. So we're going to take this locomotive up over the hill at speed step 15, just like we did with the original Tsunami, and you're going to see the difference in comparison. So let's release the brakes. Now we're going to take a look at our diesel dynamic digital exhaust. Now this wasn't a feature that was available on the original Tsunami, but is built into the new Tsunami 2. This takes into account the throttle and the speed of the locomotive as well as the load on the motor, and will adjust the throttle notching and the intensity of the prime mover up or down depending on how hard the locomotive is working. After a short calibration process we've put in videos in the past, you can dial in the decoder to your motor in the locomotive to make sure that you get a nice experience. The best part about it is not once do you ever lose control of your locomotive while you're running your throttle. The decoder is intelligent enough that it is actually monitoring it and will adjust the prime mover based on what it's doing. So we're going to take this locomotive, we're going to go up the same hill we just took our steam locomotives over, and we're going to go at about the same speed step 15. So I'm going to throttle up and we'll release the brakes and we'll head over the hill, and you can hear how the dynamic digital exhaust performs and gives you a more realistic experience as you run your locomotives. The Tsunami 2 also has dynamic digital exhaust in our all-new electric decoder. You can hear the sounds of the traction motors getting louder as you go upgrade, and then you'll hear them back off as your locomotive coasts downgrade. So let's take a listen on this GG1 as we release the brakes. Wow, after looking back at that video, boy was I sunburned. That was after a good day of chasing trains up in St. Louis. But anyway, the dynamic digital exhaust works well and is already in all of your Tsunami2 decoders. And these are decoders that you can buy now at your stores or are factory installed on our friends Athearn Trains in their Genesis product line. After a short calibration, the decoder knows what the motor needs for power consumption, and then the dynamic digital exhaust processor takes over from there. Take a look at these at your hobby shops, and give us a call if you have any questions at SoundTraxx.com or sales@SoundTraxx.com.